Hi, welcome back to Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 165 of whatever craft we happen to be working on.
Mm-hmm.
Knitting, crocheting, embroidery, diamond painting, whatever.
You name it. Yep.
Yeah. You guys already know where we're at. But you can find us on Instagram, Ravelry. We have a Facebook group. Also, Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy.
You can find me
It doesn't
on...
look like you have an app.
Well, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry. Ooh, words already. As Loopy Stitcher, all one word. Loopy Stitcher with a U.
Okay. Weather. It's finally raining.
Finally. Oh,
Which
We
I'm
have
a
needed-
little upset about.
yeah, we need this kind of constantly. That's the problem. We don't need to catch up all in one day or 2 days.
We need to have like a 2 to 3 hour morning, late, or early afternoon where it doesn't rain so Laura can go walk. I did get my walk in yesterday.
And then finally it rained and then it got muggy.
Yeah. Oh, I've been out in it.
Okay.
So those couple days that we had the warning because of all the smoke in the air,
Mhm.
because of the Canadian wildfires,
Mm-hmm.
you weren't supposed to go outside. And, you know, if you were, they wanted you to mask up and no strenuous activities at all or anything like that. And I was out walking 6 miles. Both days.
I'm not surprised.
Brett did have the one day.
Yeah.
He came in after being out there for a while, and he does have asthma, and he's like, okay, it's
Yeah.
getting to my asthma, like my throat,
Yeah.
and whatever. So he stayed in for the rest of the day, and then the next day I was getting ready to go out again,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, well, are you going to wait for me? And I'm like, we had went thrifting or something that day, so we were
Mhm.
like in and out of the car,
Yeah.
but not like in it, and we had left early that morning, and we got home, and I'm like, I gotta go walk. Can't miss my walk. So he's like, are you gonna wait for me? And I'm like, well, do you want to be out in that? And he's like, well, I've been in and out of it all day. So he went with me, which was fine because the humidity was so bad, and I had told him I was gonna go slow.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not go slow. It was like the fastest miles I have ever done. And by the time I hit my 3rd mile, I'm like, I really wish I had something to drink. And maybe like a towel or something
Yeah.
to wipe my sweat.
Yep.
Well, he rides his little electric scooter, so he zipped on home and got me some water and got me a towel. And I kept on trucking, and then when he showed up, I was like, okay, pause my activity for a minute, wipe down, had some water. So now I bought like a little...
So you have valet service?
Yes.
While you...
Well, and the next day he was like, well, do you want to wait for me so you can have your water and everything? Well, he bought this thing to put on the scooter now that will...
Of course he did.
It holds my water and then a little sweat towel there. And yeah, so...
We should call him Gadget Man.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was a matter, when they first, last Monday, I think it was, or Tuesday, when it really kind of hit tight up in Chicago and it hadn't really hit down here.
It was Tuesday because that was the day we went up to Orland and Tinley.
Like as you drove north,
yes.
the worse it got, right? So I'm driving, it was Tuesday because I'm driving north. Well, that same day, they did smoke testing in our sewers.
Okay, so that's what it was, because I told him I saw the sign for smoke testing, and I read it to him. He goes, oh, somebody's playing joke. And I go, no, it's like a construction sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, smoke testing? He's like, well,
Why do you need to do
why are they testing it? They know it's dangerous.
Well,
Not knowing. We were thinking like the smoke in the air.
Right. Well, that at first... they sent out this notice, like, pour down a gallon of water down your drains, and if you think it's gonna, but it shouldn't have any smell, it shouldn't affect anything. I tell you what, I live in a tri-level.
Right?
It stunk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in my office, and I'm like, God, that smell is awful. Because it smells like sewage. Musty sewage, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, oh, that's right. And I had forgotten to, so I'm like trying to gather. I took a bowl. Like, I don't have. So I went and opened the laundry room, because our lower level, the pipe is in the shower. Mm-hmm. And I opened up the laundry room to go to the bathroom, and you could see the haze in there. And I'm like, I poured it down. I'm like, all my clothes are hanging to dry.
Ew,
I'm going to have to rewash them
everything.
all.
Yep.
So later on, when I got done with work and I go to drive up to Northwestern, I walk outside, and I'm like, oh, this is what the smoke is from. Because I'm not a huge watch news person, because life is, yeah. So anyway, to keep on the bright side of things. And then I'm like thinking it was just in our area.
Nope.
And then I go to drive north, and there's this like field area.
Well, and the more open the area.
I'm like, they're really smoke testing. And then I'm like, I get on to 57. I'm like, oh, something's not right.
Well, Joan told me, because I texted her, I'm like, okay, I got my 6 miles in. I'm like, it was pretty hazy out. And she's like, oh, that's the smoke from the fires. And I'm like, we're getting the smoke from the... Really? And then, it's like the next thing you saw was like all these warnings and, everything. Yep. But it's done now.
Yeah. And I'm actually thankful Chuck was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't good for him to be outside. It wasn't good for him to be in our house. So,
no, definitely not.
The best place for him was to be in the hospital at that point. But I was like, holy cow.
But yeah, and to me, like the second day, like the first day, just kind of like when I was out walking the neighborhood, it was just like a little like hazy, which you sometimes get when it's so humid.
Yeah.
And the second day, I didn't even notice. Yeah. I was just, I don't know if I was just used to it. Yeah. And it was lifting, some too.
And the rain finally helped too, that we finally got.
Well, it was a good thing it didn't rain while that was going on, because that's an issue for like plants and gardens and stuff. Then you have to go and rinse everything off because of something about the combination of the rain and the smoke. I don't know. Brett was telling me about it, and I was just like, okay.
So alrighty. We are a podcast about crafts.
Yes. Okay. So I went over this last time. Karen wasn't here, but big surprise. We started our knit along. Well, and it's not a
make along.
It's not a knit along this time. It is called Make the Gifts MCAL. Perfect. You can knit, crochet, paint, sew, scrapbook, card make, embroidery, cross stitch, whatever, wreath making, whatever craft you're doing, as long as you are making it as a gift for somebody other than yourself. Mm-hmm. It counts. No, it does not have to be a Christmas gift. It can be a birthday gift or a whatever gift. As long as you are gifting it to somebody else, it will count.
And you can give it to charity, too. That's what counts, too.
It started on June 18th. It runs through to December 31st. The podcast after the 31st, whatever that one would happen to be, will be when we announce winners. There is a FO and a chatter thread in our Ravelry group. Make sure you're active in both, because I do pull names for prizes out of each thread. So, I decided to start it last podcast. Well, I've been working on stuff for Christmas, so I'm like, let's just do this.
Well, yeah, because you're an early bird at anything anyway, so that's fine.
Well, the early bird catches the worm.
But, a lot of people end up doing, like, Christmas in July.
Exactly, and there is a lot of that going on. And yes, there are some other knit-alongs and make-alongs for Christmas in July. You can double dip. We don't care. As long as you're gifting it and you made it.
We don't require like a size requirement, how much material you use. Just as long as it's a gift for somebody else, handmade to somebody.
Yep. So that's that. All right. Knit for Brains designs on Etsy. I will run through what I have left of some new stuff. And then we will get to the knitting. Okay. So I have some yarn cactuses. And it looks like I am down to only one sock bag left, which does not surprise me. The inside of the bag is this really cute fabric that's on the top. So one sock. These were going fast. I have 2 of the medium drawstrings left. I sold out on the small wireframe bags. I do have 2 of the large wireframe bags in that, and it is the same fabric on the inside and as the little zipper things. There is a wood engraved Knit for Brains designs zipper pull on there. So 2 of those. These I've sold quite a few of because I did put them in just a little bit ago. What I call this? I call this We the People. It's our little, because in the background you can see it. It does say We the People.
Should have been We the Puppy.
I didn't even think about that. So it's our little holiday dog. I know a lot of you guys like to collect this little dog for all the holidays. So I went ahead and nabbed this up. And it has, I don't know how well it will show it. You can see like the stars on it are a little metallic.
Yeah, tilting it, you can see it a little bit.
And then this here is also metallic. So I've got 3 sock bags left. Four of the medium drawstrings left. That's it on those. That's all that there is. And then I don't remember what I called this one. I might have called it Level Up. It's a gamer bag.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute. Now, the inside of it is glitter. Oh, there we go. It's glittered. But I thought that was really cute. On that particular one, I only have 2 mediums left is all. So if you're interested in that, make sure you grab those. I have other things. All right. Now, these you're going to want to jump on because I have been selling them extremely quickly. So they're the new faux leather pouches. So I'm going to start with the little ones first. This is a pumpkin spiced one. That's actually really cute. So the needle stoppers that you put on your knitting needles so your stitches don't fall off are the little pumpkin spice, probably lattes, I'd imagine. Drinks, we'll say. Then there is a little orange progress keeper. And then there's, and I'm not taking them all out, I'll just tell you about them. There's 10 orange light bulb stitch markers. That all comes in the little pouch that you can throw into your knitting bag. And you know you'll always have everything in there. And those, and the little ones, I am down to 4 of those. I have a little gnome pouch. Now this one, I gotta remember. I don't remember. The needle stops are little white balls. There's the 10 stitch light bulb stitch markers. And there's a red glittered heart progress keeper. So that's what's in that. And there's only 2 of those. Sticking with the gnomes, I've got 1 of these left. The rest of them have all sold. This is the bigger size. Now, with the bigger size, you get these as needle stops. Get a pair of little red foldable scissors. You get the heart stitch marker still, and the 10 light bulb stitch markers. You get a red darning needle. So it's a whole little kit that, yet again, you throw in your bag or wherever, or keep it in the car. You know you always have what you need with you. So only 1 of those left. I have 2 of the pumpkin spice ones. Again, they have the needle stoppers that are the pumpkin drink. Orange scissors for this one because, you know, must coordinate. Darning needle. The 10 orange light bulb stitch markers and the 1 orange progress keeper. All are included in that. And I only have 2 of those. I do have some other varieties of the pouches in the shop. From last time, I know there's some Pepsi ones, some Coke. I think I sold out on the campers, but you can hop over there and see what's left. And then, last but not least, these look like nothing, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So this is how they would come to you. It's going to be just a flat piece. This is the Wizard of Oz ones. And they have snaps. So you snap the corners. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. You just snap the corners. Snap the corners. And it's a little trinket tray. So you can have this sitting on your table next to you or wherever. Have some stitch markers in there. Little pair of scissors. Whatever little odds and ends. Darning needle. That way you're not dropping the stuff down the couch like I do. True story, folks.
Sometimes that doesn't even help.
Yeah. So
I pull a needle off a thread and I'm like,
what? So the inside where like the characters are, that is a faux leather. On the back side, it is a real nice vinyl, a smooth vinyl. So like you'd be able to like wipe that off if you would happen to.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's really nice.
Oh yeah, that's nice and sturdy.
So this is something new. So these are little trinket trays. So I'm going to undo these. 2 of the Wizard of Oz. I have got oh, that's interesting. 2 of the Harry Potters that have the gray on the back. I need to check my shop. I'm going to leave that out so when you are talking I can look. I have 2 of the Pac-Man. They have blue. I've got 4 of the little Gizmo. And there's black on the back of that one. So those are also in the shop. Like I said, those are a newer item. So that's all Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. Alrighty. Do you have any FOs?
I do.
Okie dokie, good.
1.
That's okay. That gives me time to look at this listing.
Karen's magic number. Okay. Yep. So you guys have seen this one before. Let's see. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Show it this way. This is from Prairie Schooler, the book number 195. It's Santa's Revisited. This includes 1990, 94, and 2005 Schooler Santas. And the one I did was the one that's in the top middle. It's got the scissors and needles and like a stitching Santa. And there's the finish. This is on 18 count. I believe it's called Oatmeal. Just like, kind of like a witch got it from a big box store, Hobby Lobby, I think. So, finish that up. Yeah, finish that all up. So, got that one done. There's my finished object.
Okay, so while I was fixing a listing, in addition to those Notion pouches, I do have Pepsi, Coke, Sheep, Pac-Man, Yorkie. I am getting limited. I don't have one near me, so let me just pull up the picture. I have a rainbow complete set. Isn't that gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
Love the glitter. This one is in there. It's a complete set with everything, and that is getting lower in quantity as well. Okay. Sorry about that little.
That's okay.
All right. Did you notice my nails? People at first were like, oh, they're pink.
Orange?
They're both.
Both. Yeah.
So it's like she did one side pink, one side orange, and then she uses this little blender brush and kind of blends them together. So, yeah.
Almost looks like a fade.
I really like them. Okay. FOs. I have a few. Three. All right. I finally finished my Journey socks that have been on the needles forever, and which is weird because normally this is what I always work on when I go out, and it just wasn't happening. I just have not been feeling the finger weight socks right now. I don't know why. So the yarn is Arkansas Yarn Co. Butt Busting Betty. And this is the yarn that I made my Scotch broom sweater out of. The one I need to rip out because it's now too large. But we're not going to go there. Happy thoughts. So I finished those finally. And I do have the second one. I have the sock blocker right next to me. I'm just too lazy to put them both on. Well, if you can see one sock, you know what the other one looks like. Yeah. They're identical.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that's one. Number two, I'm going to have to show you a picture. So I showed this last time. I think I had just started it last time and couldn't tell you a whole lot about it. And I still can't tell you a whole lot about it. I can't even tell you whose yarn this is because, well, that could potentially give it away. But it was out of this beautiful yarn. It is fingering weight. I can't tell you the name of the pattern or anything yet, but I did finish it. It is a shawl. And I'm going to I have a picture where you can actually see the spine of it. Is all the hearts. Yeah, look at me with all that lace. So, got it done. Had one correction for the designer is all. And it wasn't like a big major thing. So, and it's...
What weight was that yarn?
Fingering.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a one skein. So, yeah, I knitted up. Yeah, they were shocked how quick I knit it. But that's why they sent it to me. Was because they needed a quick turnaround. Not a problem. I can lickety-split. You know me. Okay. Okay, my other one is a new cast on since I recorded. And an FO. And it's a big one. I feel it's a big one. You guys might be like, nah. Okay, so I had showed you previously that I had purchased yarn at Goodwill, which you missed this. Look what it was.
Like, oh, okay.
99 cents. I had two of them. And I think these were the ones I could not read the right artesian, or maybe they did not have a colorway on them, or Goodwill had covered it up. Yeah, didn't know the colorway, even though I had the things. So, this was the one color. This was the other color. And don't they play nice together? Oh, yeah. And there was a third skein. But I found out I was allergic to it because it was not the exact makeup. Oh,
I was going to say, wait a minute.
But I think the lady had planned like a 3-color something because it did kind of go with this. So I passed that on to Joan the one day. So I had the 2 skeins left, and I was like, okay, they play well together. I had just gotten them. I'm not putting them in my stash. I'm not going to do it. So I did. I caked them up. And I did a pure joy.
You finally did, yeah.
Although I have another one I want to do.
Yeah, I know.
But I did a pure joy because, okay, and no offense, I totally do not mean to offend anybody, but typically I do not like hoe heap patterns. I just,
it's just, not your.
it's not my cup of tea.
Mhm.
I think much differently than her.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is what the problem is.
Mhm.
But this pattern is a pure joy. I would recommend this to anybody, even like a beginner knitter, because it is not a difficult pattern.
Cool.
It is very potato chippy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it is a very quick knit, even though it is with fingering weight yarn. But I mean, that could just be me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely pattern. This is my second one I've knit, and I do have a third one I know I am for sure going to knit.
Because I knew you had a specific colorway already set aside that you wanted to knit.
I dyed it. That I had dyed, yes.
I think it would have been Kevin or Ray that brought it up on their podcast that you're like, oh, I need to...
This was to do that, and she's like, "You did one."
Already did one,
and I'm like, "Oh, I did."
I did.
And I was talking about that the other day. I'm like, I don't even remember what I knit. So yeah, don't ask me what a name of something is after the fact because I have no clue. It's a big one, guys. Okay, you ready? Look how pretty this is.
Wow. What size needle is this on?
Hold on,
this is huge for...
Isn't
and you
that...
have so much yarn left over.
Yes.
And this is 2 pattern. You didn't add or anything?
No, I did not add or anything. Is that gorgeous?
It sure is.
Well, let me tell you. It is knit.
Oh, and the yarn is soft.
Isn't it lovely? I would just look at my needles, but my needles are those ones that I can't. It is knit using a US 6 4mm needle. And it is beautiful. I mean, look at her just settling right in.
Yep. Darn tootin'.
Well, you want to know what the funny thing is?
Mm-hmm.
I was making this for you for Christmas, so Merry Christmas early. I don't have to stash it away now.
This doesn't have to put it in the bag, nothing.
So when I give you your Christmas present, you already
I'm going to get to ooh and ah.
When I give you your Christmas present, you already have the knitted portion.
Okay.
You can
That'll
keep
work.
See, there was reasoning when I saw it, and I kept looking at the yarn, and I'm like, this is very Karen.
Yeah, this is very much
very Karen. And I didn't think you had a Pure Joy yet.
No.
And it is a beautiful shawl.
Yep.
And I had a feeling, I was like, because I wasn't...
pull out those colors, especially the first one, I was like, I'll bite my tongue.
Well, the thing was, I wasn't for sure if you'd be here today or not.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll be able to show it. I'll put it away in the cubby until Christmas. She'll probably never watch the podcast. I'll know if she does because I'll get a text going, hey, that shawl. And then I found out she was coming, and I went,
do I show it?
I'll bet you when I show this, she's going to want it. It's going to go right into her hands.
Yep.
So I was just kind of chuckling when she just did that.
Yep. Mine.
So there you have it. So I did a lot. That is a lot of knitting.
It really is. I'm just, yeah.
But what the good thing is it is pretty much all knitting.
Yeah, it's like garter, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think there's any purling.
Very nice.
Not that I can think of. Short rows.
Even on the backside, it looks...
Yeah, it does actually. It looks really good either way. So, beautiful pattern. So, yeah, all knitting. And you don't have to know a whole lot for this. If you know how to knit front and back, yarn, you do purl two together. Yarn over, and then short rows, which... I've had a few people ask me in the past, they have a lot of difficulty doing short rows. And it's not the process of doing the short rows, it's the process of when you come back to the wrap and turn and taking care of that situation where it doesn't leave a hole.
Right, yeah.
Purl Soho. Google Pearl Soho wrap and turn. Wonderful video. That's how I learned how to do it.
Yeah.
And not have any like messy messes. Now with this particular one, you do the wrap and turn, but you never have to do anything with it. So it's extremely easy. That's what I'm saying. A beginner could really knit this, no problem. I love that. It's a good pattern. I will be keeping it handy because I can see the yarn sitting right up there. That pink one that's right next to that one that I dyed is going to be gorgeous. Okay. That's all my FOs. I didn't have a whole lot this time. Alrighty. Let me just take a little peep and see if there's... Okay, so I did shawl picture. Okay. We did that. We did that. Okay, whips.
Yes.
I have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3... Oh, wait. I have an FO from Brett.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4... So I'll just tell you about it. I'm not going to take the time to pull it up. I was on Temu and scrolling through as I do. I have a Temu addiction, guys. I really do. And I saw this like wood sticker roll holder. Because when I package my orders, I always put stickers. Because I wrap the order in tissue paper, fold it over, and I put a sticker, and fold it over, put a sticker. And I just had them thrown up in a basket. So every time I package an order, I have to rummage through this basket to find the stickers, pull them out. It's not very efficient. So I saw this, and I'm like, I think I need to order this. And I showed it to Brett, and he's like, well, I think I could make something like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait and see, because every morning Temu, like, I get a special offer from them. So sometimes it's 70% off, and like there'll be like a huge array of different things you can pick from. Lately it's been 90% off.
Wow, girl.
I'm like, I know, right?
And their prices are already good as it is.
Exactly. So we were at the Dollar Tree. This is Brett's finished FO. Guys, look at my sticker holder.
Cool.
So he just bought 2 of the crates. Originally it was just the one, which was fine. But I stand at my cutting table when I'm packaging, and I felt like it needed to be up a little higher. Just for my personal liking. So he added, he used wood glue and just glued the second little crate to it. He drilled a hole on each side and just put a dowel through it. And put the stickers on there, and then thread the stickers through here. So when I go to package an order, I just grab whatever sticker I want, pull it off, and yeah. Isn't that nice?
Finished object.
Finished object for Brett.
Way to go, Brett.
So, yeah, and I'm loving it. Every time I package my orders now, it like makes me smile, because I just reach right over and grab my sticker off, and there's no rummaging through a basket or anything. And I was kind of laughing when I got up to grab this, because I'm like, yep, Karen's going to be like, another organizational thing.
Well, when I texted her to ask her what time, it took her a while to... I wasn't worried about it. I figured you were sleeping, or maybe you were out and about, and, you know, whatever. So later on, she tells me the time. She says, sorry, I didn't catch this. I was cleaning. You know how I am. Yep, I sure do. So I was wondering if the craft room was the target.
I did clean up in here to set up for the podcast, and I did, as you can see, my shelves are very well stocked now. I have purchased quite a few new fabrics that will be coming up. Me and Joan had went up to Stitch in Time. So you know how I am in that store. So
too bad. I would have helped you.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's been a few times I'm like, this one looks good.
So yeah, I've definitely added to my fabric stash. There's a lot of new fabrics coming up. There's a lot of different...
yeah, I was wondering about that. Mm-hmm.
Those are going...
materials that you're kind of using?
Yeah. I have some tote bags that are going to be coming out of faux leather, which are going to be spectacular. I hope. I think. I have some, like, bucket vinyl bags that are going to be, like, little bucket kind of things that are going to be coming. Yes, I'm going to be working on a bunch of new stuff. So
cool.
We'll see. I feel like I have the shop pretty stocked right now where I can take the time to play around and try some different ideas and whatnot. So I'm very excited about that.
Cool.
So, and I will probably be ordering some more faux leathers for some more notion pouches and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
All right. That was Brett's FO. So, how many
I
whips?
have like 8.
Oh, you better just go.
So, speaking of Christmas in July, right?
You want to see something funny?
Garon.
Look at me.
Bags.
Oh, hold on.
This was from their last year's mystery. So you can't get this bag anymore, but
Hey, I got out my Christmas bag too. Yep. Look at us.
okay. So you saw my finish object, and this is along the same vein. It is again a prairie schooler. This is book number 151. This is Santa's a Snowman. These are truly like ornaments. They are smaller, much smaller. I am doing, I think it's this one up here. Starting this one up here. You can barely see where I started. Because, of course, I started at the bottom. I just basically, it was fun. Here's the funny part. Usually when you're stitching on cross-stitch fabric, I didn't know, but there is a right and a wrong side, apparently. And for the most part, it doesn't really bug me, so I must pick the right side most of the time. And I stitched my finished object on this side. But when I went to go turn it, and I was stitching, my crosses looked wonky. So initially, I was stitching it on the same side, just on the opposite end. Use up my fabric, right? So I actually ended up frogging it and restarting. So I just have the beginning of the snow at the very bottom, but it's a start. But I just thought that was weird that I didn't have, and I think some of the problem is sometimes white just doesn't lay.
Well, sometimes even like there's certain fabrics for sewing that I have a heck of a time telling which side is actually the right side. So speaking of embroidery, I was watching a podcast the other day, and this lady also does some embroidery. And she showed something that I think I need to purchase.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know, my hands hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, from just holding the needle is hard on my thumb, but I can wear my compression gloves. That'll help somewhat. But then holding the actual hoop is an issue for my hands as well.
Yeah.
My hands knit way too much, guys. I should have worn compression gloves years ago. So she showed this, and I found it actually on Amazon so that you don't have to hold a hoop or anything. Yeah. I mean, this would definitely be worth the $24, I think. And you just sit that big part underneath your leg. And then this part, it's hard to point, up here, you can rotate it however you want. So I'm thinking, because I have that, definitely, like, I have some started, and I have that one that I need to finish for Lori. Well, it's Lori's Christmas now, because it's been moved. I changed her birthday and Christmas themes around.
Flipped them. Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm going to order this on Amazon. I'm thinking maybe it will help a little bit. I don't know. But then, okay, here's my other thought. Okay, maybe I overthink this. So you've got this thing sticking on your leg, and you got this thing coming up. You still kind of have to like rest your hand. I feel like I would still be resting my left hand on it just because it's more natural. But you wouldn't have to be clenching it.
Not clenching it, and you don't have to bear the weight.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I kept going back and forth. I'm like, is it going to help?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's only $24.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't even be paying for it. I have so many credits. So I don't really know.
To Brett, I'm sure.
No, because
No?
we have separate
Oh.
Amazon cards and
Okay.
Amazons. I do. It's called. Let me just tell you. You guys might be interested. You can make Amazon money.
Mm-hmm.
It's an app. I do have the iPhone. Don't know if it's available for Android or not. It's called Amazon Shopper Panel. I installed this. And basically, what you do is you scan in any of your receipts.
Mm-hmm.
You take a picture of them. So let's say, you go to Kroger's and you buy groceries. You take the picture and you hit submit. You need to do, so I'm at the beginning of the month, 10 pictures of receipts a month. And that'll get you a $10 reward for Amazon.
Oh.
Okay. Now, there's also, and see, this is what it looks like. Okay, July receipts. I don't have any yet. So if I wanted to submit one, I do upload receipt. It goes to my phone. You click the picture. It'll have a submit button. That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, across the bottom, you're going to see like different tabs. So there's one that says surveys. Every once in a while, there'll be a survey available, and that'll make you 50 extra cents or something. So I have been doing this since, I mean, it's not making you a killing. It's $10 a month. Although I do an extra, there's a thing that you can sign up for that gets you an extra $2 a month. From February of 2021 to June of 2023, I've made $321.60 on Amazon.
Cool.
And literally, I take my receipts and I write them down on my check register anyways. So it's not a big deal just to snap.
Yeah.
So I basically, I get $10 for nothing.
Yeah.
And there's no deadline. Like, you can build them up.
Mm-hmm. Once you earn
Once
the
you
money,
earn them,
you don't
it's
have
yours.
to spend it within a certain...
Nope. It's yours.
And you don't lose it?
Nope. It's yours for the keeping. So, I don't know how I got there, but anyhow, you're up. I keep interrupting you. You just
Boy, I'm not for sure that cleaning really put her in a tailspin.
No, here's the thing. I did not do a workout today.
Oh, so you got energy to burn.
Yes. This is the first day in like 4 months, probably.
Okay, I am doing the 4-hour sock by Lolo Did It. You've seen this from her many, many, many a times. Let me see if I have the actual. I know. I got the band. This is from Northwoods Fibers. Aspen fingering is the base, and it's called Rustic Inn. There's Northwoods Fiber. And it is fingering, so I'm holding it double. So you don't have. So I'm not I had this pair already started, so I have a little bit of a cuff in terms of ribbing, but other than that, I've been following the pattern. Let's turn out. Isn't that pretty? Very autumny.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of. It's looks purple there, but it's not. There we go. That's more true to color. Blues and yellows and burgundies and greens. It looks like it has in there. So those would be for me.
You need a bigger bag just for your cord.
Well, yeah, it's the cord is the problem. We had this discussion. I just haven't gotten around to ordering a new cord for my Tagoo.
Didn't I give you a cord for
Not for
those?
this one. Not for this.
I gave you a cord for something.
Yeah, you did. That's next.
Did I not have one for that one?
For my child. I didn't ask.
Oh.
I need to get a shorter cord. That's for that. That's like a size 3 needle. I think. Okay. I started the Harvest Dreams wrap by Imagined Landscapes, and this is what it looks like there. I'm going to show it to you today. I'll show you the colors, and then I'm going to rip out what I started. Because I messed it up. So, the colors I am using is, I think they're all Black Cat. This one is, it's DK weight yarn. Where is the freaking color? Oh, my sticker's like falling off here. Every day is like a Sunday. This is this colorway. Light gray. One. This beautiful pink color. Drama Queen is this fuchsia pink. And then this almost like charcoaly gray. Nimbus is this one. And my final color, this beautiful red, is called Harlot. So these are the 4 colors I'm doing.
Move it. There you go.
There we go. And the order, this is 1, 2, 3.
I could help,
These
but I'm finding this
colors.
quite funny.
Right, Alec. These 3 colors are going to be in the middle, and then the darker gray
Oh my
is on the
gosh,
outside.
Karen, you're a hot mess.
All right, so I'll never.
What in the world are you doing?
Don't know. It's been so long.
I usually am the one that throw things.
Since I've showed a knitting project like this, I'm like bamboozled or something. In fact, not even in a. Ooh, it's knitted flat. It looks. I hope I'm not in the middle of a row. I think it would have stopped.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're ripping it out.
Yeah, doesn't matter. This is where I got.
Proof she's ripping it out.
Proof that I actually knitted this before I rip out. Yeah. Really pretty stitch though. This yarn is so soft. So that's my other knitting project.
Speaking of ripping out, I ripped out my sweater after the last podcast.
Which one?
I don't even.
The one you were knitting on?
Yeah.
What didn't you like about it? Was it going to still be too big?
No, there was an issue with the raglans, and I did try it on before I ripped it out, and then I was like, So
out it went.
Yeah.
I didn't get a picture of the.
I don't know if I'm going to reknit that sweater, if I'm going to pick a different pattern for that yarn, or if I'm just going to set the yarn aside right now and do a different one with different yarn that I had in mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. With all that being said, I have not got a clue, but I tore it out.
My little knit for brains bag. Okay, the last time, again, I don't have a... This is just like a simple... Why do I have those in there?
Why are you asking us?
I'll talk to myself and see if I'm going to answer. This is Nomadic Yarns. It's called Succulent Garden. It's fingering Trusty Sock. And this is where I'm at. Got the heel done. And I'm ready to put the toe in. Now I just got to find my matching. I know where it's at. I just got to look for it.
A hot mess.
I was in a knitting mode, and then disaster happened at home, and
hot mess.
Yeah,
Hot Mess Express.
Hot Mess Express is right.
All right, I'm going to take a turn now.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and show the other item that Karen wants.
Because you want to make sure that everybody stays watching us.
No, I mean, this is another one that, I don't have a lot of info on. And so you guys know I don't know the name of the yarn. It's Malabrigo. Don't know the colorway. It's for a pattern that they call a scarf, but it is actually a cowl. Aerial scarf. Designed by Sandy Processor. And it looks something like that. Okay, let me show you how much I did this time around. It's getting long.
Yeah, you're making some progress there.
So, from the little moo-moo.
Because, she's a
Look at all that.
podcaster and
Look at all that.
follows the rules, none like this one.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is, who am I with all this lace? Who am I, guys?
Well, and you haven't thrown it across the room yet. So
Nope.
that's really
No, and this
impressive.
one I knit on while I'm watching TV, no problem.
I don't know
And
how to
it's
do that.
and it's all lace. But I'm getting there. I'm like really close. So
Yeah.
won't be long, and this one will be gone. I'm just
And around my neck.
I'm just gonna be wardrobing her up.
Yeah. Which apparently is a good thing, since apparently I'm going to have to go back in the office.
Oh boy.
Mm.
So that's
I like my
one
whip
of my
at home.
whips.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm throwing things now.
Okay. I think from here on out, I'm all across stitch. Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage. You guys have seen this before. I have made some progress on this one. Sorry, I'm not taking it out of the thing. So I am on the hot cocoa. Says drink hot chocolate. The last time you guys saw this, I was at the second section, was with the Christmas tree, and had done the border and just started the very top. So with the second section, the only thing I have left is one little green heart that goes in the middle. There we go. It's a drunken hot chocolate. And a border, and then I'm in the next subsection. So, and I think this is, I don't remember if I have the color on this, because I know it's not. Nope, I do not. It's a blue. It's blue.
It's blue, folks. You heard it here first. It's blue.
This looks like 16. I think I did this on 16 count. It's pretty easy count. What's it on that one? It looks like 16.
Yeah, that's 16 because I can actually
It's not
see
quite
it.
as tiny as 18. But
I can
know
see
it's-
it.
I know
so.
it's not 14. I usually don't. Unless it's in a kit.
I think all the rest of my projects are actually new.
Oh, cool.
Well, I finished stuff, so I gotta
Yeah, you gotta replace them.
get replacing them. Okay, so I started another pair of the 4-Hour DK socks by Lolo Did It, Lauren Slagle. And I am using yarn from Rock and String Creations. It's their Drifter DK. It's called Pinata. And I'm holding a Plymouth DK as the toe and heels.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't that gonna be pretty? So I'll be making 2 pairs of these. And I just, at dinner, casted these on. So I literally have the cuff done in the main color, and I'm ready to turn my heel. So, and like I said, I'll make 2 pairs of these out of that.
Okay, the next one I made quite a bit of progress on is called Halloween Quaker by Lila Studios. I'm using the called for color and cotton, and actually I was on Zoom today because I got this at a yarn store and I didn't know who the dyer was. We figured out this is Picture This Plus. Her Monster Mash on 32 count. And then the last time you guys saw it, I had this bottom here done, and now I've moved up the side and I'm almost done. The length of this Quaker is how long it goes, so I just have to fill it out round wise. So I just have a little bit to go and that side Quaker will be done. So, yep, cute. Fun colors. So that's making some progress.
Where do I go next? All right. This is going to be... I can't remember if this is part of a Christmas gift or part of a birthday gift. It's part of a gift, though. So, the yarn I'm using is from Arkansas Yarn Co. It's one of the Sock Yarn Society yarns she sent me. It's on the Yummy Sparkle, and it's called You Make My Heart Flutter. Can't get it out there.
Ooh,
Isn't that pretty?
Sparkle.
She's the queen of sparkle. So the pattern I'm using, I got it all ripped apart because it has a checklist, which I like. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
2-page checklist.
Okay.
You know I like that.
Yep.
So this was listed in this Ravelry group that I belong to. Well, let me see. This might actually... Hold on here. I don't know if it was just free with I don't remember. I don't think I had to put in a code. Or if it was free for a certain amount of time. But basically, when I got it, it was free. It's called Bring Me Sunshine by Under the Olive Tree. It is a shawl. It's in there somewhere. And I literally just started it. But guys, I can already tell it's going to be gorgeous. Because look at it.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be pretty.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It's going to be gorgeous. So I'm really loving it. I made myself put it down and cast on my other project because I was like, I have no whips to show. So I had to like really quick. Well, I mean, honestly, that blue thing was the only whip I had left that I had done work on. So I cast it on those socks, I cast it on this, and I cast it on my next project. I'm like, what? Gosh, green. Well, I have some other projects sitting next to me on the couch, but I'm at the point that I'm like, okay, I got to figure out if I'm still making that, not making that, what I'm doing. But this is going to be gorgeous. So, very, very happy with this.
Okay, let's do this one first. This one you guys have seen many times. Almost done. Almost to the point where I can't bring it with me. I'm going to have to sit down and start beading. And that's the Mill Hill Buttons and Beads.
I'm sorry. It almost... It almost sounded like you said, I gotta sit down. Never mind. I can't say it out loud. It's not good.
You are ornery. Wow. Until I sit down at home.
That's what it sounded like. Okay, guys, if you heard something different, let me know.
Mill Hill's Button and Beads. It's the winter series, and this one's called Playful Penguins.
It's so cute.
And I've got like all of the sky done and most of the snow, and I'm doing it on everything called for. And I've gotten, like, you can see the shape of the igloo is taking shape. And the little black over here. So all of this down here, up in this way is what I have done in the last time. And I'm pretty much, I think, almost done with the white. And then I picked up this so I can, because sometimes it's so patchy that you get lost of where you're supposed to be in the actual pattern. So I'm like, okay, I need to put a spot where I can count off of again. So I don't get lost and have to just keep ripping out, because that's horrible when you're trying to do it on perforated paper.
How many you got left?
2.
Okay, do another one.
Okay.
Because I only got one left.
So then finally I am in my full coverage ones. This is by Heaven and Earth. It's called Mini Gypsy Firefly, Max Colors. And the artwork is by Amy Stewart. And there you go. That's the picture there. And I've made quite a bit of progress on that second page. Oop.
Sorry. I had a name idea.
I'm almost scary to know, because then once I find out what the picture's going to be like when it goes with it, because that's always the crapshoot. It's like, who is he going to pick on this time? Okay.
Oh, it's going to be me.
All right, I'm already all the way to, this is the edge of the second page. I brought it down and all these colors in here. I'm just about ready for this section to just go to town, because I've done all of the smaller colors and it will fill in with the brighter blue in there. So I will have a second row of stitches done on that one. And that's on 20 count easy grid.
No. Okay, so this one I cast on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I blame Michelle of Naughty Nitwits. Because I was watching her, not Naughty Nitwits, I was watching Michelle and Carrie of Creative Obsessions.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle had knit one of these and gifted it to Carrie, and I went and had to look and I had to look up the pattern, had to purchase the pattern, had to run in and cake up yarn.
Oh, it must
go back out there, and then
I'm interested in seeing what this is.
So I had to pause. They were also the ones that showed the embroidery hoop thing.
Oh, okay.
So I paused it there to look that up.
Uh-huh.
And then I paused it again to look up this pattern, started it, then paused it again to go and look for yarn and cake it out. Then I had to pause it again because my husband walks in and does a double take and was like, that's not right. That's not usually who's with her. So I had to pause again and tell him, what was going on. So I just thought it was really nice that this pattern is actually made for self-striping yarn.
Oh, okay.
Self-striping sock yarn.
Yeah.
Which, those are very far and few between, other than socks usually.
Other than socks, or maybe possibly gloves, but that's about it.
And it was really pretty. And when she put it on, it was like so wearable.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, yeah. Knit Chat Cow by Chit Chat Knits. Say that a few times. how cute that is.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, look. I use a self-striping yarn. So, I actually have this one and one other one planned. Gift knitting. So this one, I am using Night Owl Fibers. Ooh. And this is... This is, I think, Life and Death Brigade.
All I said was, ooh.
Life and Death Brigade. Okay. So I didn't go crazy on this, but I do have... Okay, hold on. I have to find my little... There's a... There it is. Because this is the center.
Ooh, I like that.
Isn't that nice? So, it's this, what'd she call it? I called it a ruche section. Oh, I'm right. It's ruched. Ooh. Look at me go. So, there's this ruched section, and then there's an eyelet section, and that will just keep getting repeated, and you'll keep doing, like, your increases and stuff.
Very nice. In the round... Yes. That's the one thing I love, like cowls like that, and they're so easy to wear.
Well,
there's no guesses as to how am I going to get this to stay around? Do I need a shawl tie? Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Guys.
Love it.
Right? So I have this one planned, and then I have the yarn pulled for another one already. I had to dig through because I knew what 2 people I was thinking about making this for. So I had... And the one is very, very, very particular.
You think they're particular?
Very, very particular. And even with all the thought and digging I did, I'm still like,
That's pretty bad that I'm finishing. I'm just like making same sound effects.
Hey, you're catching my sarcasm.
Oh, yeah. It's such a delight.
I know, right? The second person that I'm making this for, I could give her any color, and she's going to be a happy camper.
Yeah.
But the first person, and I might actually be doing a third one of these. I think I have one other I have to do. So,
well, you definitely have plenty of sock self-striping down there.
I just have one cubby.
Yeah. Full. And they're fingering, so you... Just thought I'd point that out.
But I just wanted to point out of all those cubbies, it's just one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because you've been going through it. You knit it the heck out of it.
I knit a lot. You can actually see holes in a lot of the cubbies now. I've definitely been going to town, but so yeah, I am actually very excited about this. Other than the fact that I don't know if she's going to go, thank you.
But then she's not knit worthy. I don't care what color it is. You either are or you're not knit worthy.
Oh, goodness.
Lesson learned. If you give something to somebody and they're like, and you never see it on them again.
So,
like
yeah.
Mother,
we'll see.
You're like, okay.
And you know what? I might get it completely done and just be like, yeah, that's not her. Which, if that's the case, then I'll try to find something more subdued. Which to me, I think this is very subdued and very neutral.
Oh, yeah.
Is why I went with this one. But I don't know. I still have some concerns. We'll see. I'll figure it out once it's done and I see the whole thing. Whether I think it will work or not.
Yeah.
So, because I'm not 100% sure. Just because it could go either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
I think I have to, once we see the end product, I think we'd probably have more of a idea. I'm thinking. I don't know. I might have to have Karen help me. Be like, oh, what do you think?
Okay.
Okay, wait a second. What's going on here? Where'd this come from?
Not for me. I don't think.
I'm a little puzzled now because my needles are in it. Oh, you know what?
Was it one of your finished projects, or it was just down at the bottom?
It's on a 16-inch, and they had said a 16 or 32. So I pulled out both of them just in case.
Okay.
But in case as it grows,
yeah,
I might have to go. Although who knows? Because I really like my stitches.
Yeah,
punched.
you like yours punched.
I really do. Oh,
even though nobody can see.
Did you notice? To go with my festive Christmas bag.
She's such a people person.
You know what? I have my moments. But then I have my moments that I just want to be in my house. But when I'm friendly, I'm very friendly. Like I'll talk to strangers in an elevator. That's
so
me.
Can we talk about the about what she's wearing?
Oh no, not until acquisitions.
God dang it.
We'll talk about that at acquisitions.
We'll go into that then. Okay. Last one. We're almost there. South by Heaven and Earth. Mini Christmas Lane. This is artwork by Donna Gelsinger. They had a sale, so of course this was on my list. And isn't that cute little? That's the one I'm doing. And I'm also doing this on 20 count, easy count. Instead of doing full cross, I am doing half or tent stitch, as they call it. We'll see. While it helps me zing along, and plus the other thing is because it's not max color, that's also helping going along, so I'm not changing colors quite as much. So that, ooh, that's stuck in the, okay. So I started at the very bottom. And that is actually two pages, but there's just these little 2 rows, really, at the very bottom because of the shape, size of the pattern. So this isn't really a full page, but over here on this side is as long as it gets. So it's not quite as big as others. But lots of snow. That's mainly what's down there. Snow and Christmas lights. And that is the last of my whips.
I got no more. All right, do you have acquisitions?
No, I do not.
Okie dokie.
I have them ordered, but they have not arrived.
Okay, so, because Karen wants to discuss this. I went in at night on Thursday, and my friend Mimi gave me this shirt because she saw it when she was out and about, and it reminded her of me. I am a sarcastic delight.
Yes, she is.
She pulled up. She's not even out of her car yet, and she's laughing because she read my shirt. Well, I was surprised. We went to Goodwill and to Beef O'Brady's today, and nobody said anything. Because we have this thing. Every time me and Brett go anywhere, people are always reading our shirts. Without fail. And making comment. Yeah. So I'm surprised. I walked through that whole entire store and nobody said a word. Maybe they were afraid to. Who knows?
Yeah, I just kind of like popped my head out of the car. I'm like, love the shirt. As I'm laughing.
All right.
Perfect fit.
I'll start with Goodwilling first. Okay. So I got a skein of Blue Sky Skinny Cotton in the Birch colorway.
That's pretty.
It was $1.99, and it's normally $14.50. Price tag was still on it.
Yeah. So, oh, for cotton. Okay.
Then I got some needles. So I got a US 4 3.5 millimeter, 32 inch, which I don't have a lot of 32 inch fixed, so that was perfect. Knitter's Pride carbons. They had a price sticker on the back of $16.50. I paid $1.99. Knitter's Pride carbons, 40 inch, size US 3, 3.25, $1.99. These had a sticker price of $15.50. Knitter's Pride carbons, US 40, US 6, 4 millimeter. Sticker price of $18.50. These were $2.99. Knitter's Pride Nova Plantinas, US 8, which is 5 millimeter. 40 inch cable. Sticker price not on there. And I paid $2.99. Well, all the other ones had,
Yeah.
Okay, and then I got like a weird acquisition. And I say it's weird because I will probably never in my life use it.
So did you get it for giggles?
I don't know. I just, I have trouble leaving stuff behind.
Yeah.
So
Well, eventually you'll clean it out and regift it back.
So I see this just like laying
yeah.
on in the shelving at Goodwill, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I flip it over, and it says Denise interchangeable knitting needles, and I'm like, who the heck is Denise? And why are her interchangeable needles here and they're $3.99? So I opened it up and looked at it, and I was like, this is the weirdest interchangeable set I have ever seen. And I'm guessing this is old. So, as one does, I whip out my phone and I look it up, and wrong and wrong. These are still being sold.
Yeah.
And they are $69.99.
Okay.
For this crazy set. I think it's crazy because it's plastic. It's clicked together. It's just very interesting. It's very colorful.
Wow.
And they come in different sets. So this is the bright set.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pastel set. They have a breast cancer set, which portion of the proceeds of any of these go to breast cancer. Here it is right here. Supporting breast cancer research. Each person of the pink ones. So, yeah, I'm like, you can get extra cords. There's an organizer for it. I'm like, okay, but it's just strange. And they're well, I shouldn't say they're all bigger because these are smaller. I was gonna hand you. And there's a special way you have to click it in. There was a thing that showed you, and I was just like, okay, that's weird. So it's something, I would have to read the thing again, but there's a way where it clicks in there and it stays. But they're very odd, don't you think?
Yeah. I'm flabbergasted.
I've never seen...
I mean, I've crocheted with plastic before, but knit with plastic?
Yeah, I have
mean...
never seen anything like this before. So me, I know, right? So me being me,
I think it's...
I had to bring it. I had to get it.
Yeah.
Even if I end up, later in life donating
Even
it
if
back.
it's a topic for discussion.
Right.
I mean, like, have any of you seen these before or gotten these before?
Yeah, curious. Because I've never seen anything like this.
For $69.99.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked. Now, I do have to say, their case is kind of nice. That the cables are right with...
So this is a size 11.
Yeah, it goes from... Let's see, there's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and a half, 11, 13, and 15. And it even tells you the millimeters along the bottom.
Yeah.
3 point... So, this is a nice case.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, it tells you the millimeters. Up here, it gives you the sizes. It fits your cords in there. I mean, I'll be darned. But they're weird.
Yeah.
There's little extenders and
Stoppers for the
stoppers
too.
and just.
But this cord it's kind of funny.
Yeah, right. It is. It's
like
it's no Chagoo, guys.
or anything else too. It's like a plasticky, rubbery kind of consistency.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help like the way they have them in there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you could straighten these with some heat, but.
But I'm wondering how much heat you could.
Well, no,
it melts.
You can't do you don't do direct heat with any of them. So it's just a kind of over the flame.
I mean, I would think the tips are a nice long length. Don't they kind of remind me of crayons?
Right?
Or colored pencils too, even. I mean,
so I don't know. I found this very interesting. And sometimes when I find something interesting, it
was cheap enough and worth the interest.
I have to bring it home because, I was looking at this thing going, well, that's probably old as heck and they're not even made anymore because it doesn't look like anything like that but here, look at this. Interchangeable, intelligent, indispensable. On Facebook, Denise Interchangeables. On YouTube, there's a Knit Denise channel. They're made in the U.S. Oh, she has a .com too for tips, videos, and free patterns. I mean, she's got quite a few. Oh, here is where it shows you how to insert black cord tip into hook or any. Yeah, it shows you how to lock them. Then you have to twist it. So you put it in and then twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because at first I was putting it in and then pulling it back out, going, well, how's this going to work?
I was doing the same thing.
So you have to push it in and then you twist it, and that's what locks it.
But to me, that little bitty piece of plastic with the twisting, it'd be easily broken off.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap. $70 for that set.
Yeah. Well, and that's another reason why I couldn't leave it. I think because that's me. Okay. Well, remember, I still have it sitting up there. You probably can't see it from here because I got stuff in front of it. The Swift that I bought that was like old as you know what.
Yeah.
It's just a display thing. And I laughed. I told my husband, I go, I would probably never, ever in my life knit with these. But I gotta have them.
For the entertainment value, at least.
I mean, what is wrong with me, guys? Yeah. Seriously, what is wrong with me? I just...
Well, and then you got yourself educated, and I bet you other people didn't realize that was out there.
I didn't realize they'd charge $70 for some plastic interchangeable needles either. I mean, yikes.
Shaped into square.
Okay. And then I have a purchase. Well, I didn't just purchase this. I told you guys about this because Hank's Yarning Company must have heard me saying. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got rid of their Schitt's Creek Club, which I was enjoying. They brought it back for the summer. I got my first one. So this one is called Happy Day. Alex and Davis. And it's got all sorts of colors in there. I love it. And with this, was this the only thing that came with it? Came a little tin. It said, boop. Have you got to that part? And she goes, boop. Which is funny because my grandkids love to boop you on the nose. But Alexis does that.
Yeah.
Are some light bulb stitch markers. So I got a kick out of the boop boop. So I was happy. And I have the next 2 months come. Like I ordered. Like as soon as I saw it, like I couldn't respond. Like I didn't comment. And I was like, go, all 3 months. That way I don't forget to get a month.
Yep.
And then I had to comment on her on her post. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. All right. And then I had done a little Temu shopping for my knitting. Well, I did some Temu shopping for my sewing or my craft room, which I talked about last time, was this little cart that would fit between my wall and my sewing machine, and it fits perfect. It's like it was made for there. It really was. Well, okay. So I'm going to start. Well, no, that's fine. So I have a case. I don't know where I'm going today. I have a case with like all my interchangeable tips in it. And then I had a bunch of cables. Well, all of my interchangeables take the same cables. So I have a lot of cables. Well, I had all these cables just like crammed in a bag. So every time, well, I think you saw it last time, I have to take all these cables out and try to figure out what's what. So I went on Temu and I ordered a budget binder, is what they call it. And it has like your money envelopes in there. And it came like with a planner and a blah, blah, blah. I just took that out. Okay, guys, look at that blue.
Look at that.
I mean, look at it. So what I did was I just left the money envelopes in. And I used my label maker.
Because you know she has that.
Well, of course I do. And I've got my 16-inch cords. There's two things of those. My 24-inch. A couple things at 32. There's some 40-inch. And there's an empty one back there. I feel so organized.
So much better.
Well, wouldn't this be better when you go, I need a 32-inch, and I go, well, alrighty. And I put like a couple little changers and the stoppers up here. So Mimi and Joan had me order them each one of these. And I don't think it's going to work for what they wanted. Because I didn't realize, okay, so the cords aren't that thick. Really, in the grand scheme of things. But it still fills it to the point that I kind of have to, okay. They were thinking about putting, like, their fixed needles in here. I don't think it's big enough.
Depending on how, depending on how long they are, too.
Well, and how many
needle,
they have.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if they need an organizer for their fixed needles, it needs to be bigger than this. So, which isn't a problem.
Temu to the rescue.
Temu is so easy to return items to.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I told Joan I would show her mine and, show her hers. And if she doesn't want it, it's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal to return items. In fact, let me just tell you. So, I always have a Temu order out for delivery, it seems. One of my packages was supposed to be delivered by yesterday. So Temu has this thing of, if it's not delivered in the time span that they give you, you get a $5 credit. So I was thinking I was going to get my $5 credit. So today, I get a message from them that says, we think the courier lost your package. So here's the refund. Plus, you had used a $5 credit, so here's the $5 credit back. And I go and I track the package, and it's in Kankakee at the post office. So it's coming. Well, then they send me an email telling me the exact same thing. And it's like, we're aware that you might get the package, and if you do, happy day for you. Keep it. Enjoy. Okay. Just about an hour later, I get another text from them. We've just refunded you, or we've just credited you $5 because your package was not delivered on time. So,
so you got the refund plus $10?
Yes. I mean, amazing. I'm like, how can you go wrong shopping with that? And they did that last time. My order was a day late. And they automatically just gave me a $5 credit. They're like, sorry your package was late. Here's $5.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, thank you. Not like I ain't gonna spend it.
Yep.
So yeah, I had no worries when they said that they were interested in these. I've done the return process before, and it's so simple. Sometimes they don't even have you send the stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. And if they do have you send it back, they send you a shipping label that you just print. And
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you drop it off the post office, you're credited.
Yeah.
So, I mean, awesome. So, I did bring over, because I've had the question asked before about my needle storage, because I am so...
Organized.
There we go. That's the word. That's the word.
That's the word we're going to use.
So this is what I'm doing for my cables now.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it much, much better. And then I have a case that has all of the tips in them. And my case was able to hold like two, what do I have, 2 or 3 sets of interchangeables?
Mm-hmm.
I think 3. So basically, if I was going somewhere and I thought I was going to need needles, I could grab that case and grab this case, and the other case is probably about the same as this.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'd have what I need.
Yeah. So
it's perfect. So my fixed and my DPNs. I just brought one of them over here because it's pretty much the same thing. I got this at Michael's, and I do recommend Michael's. I know other places have them, but if you go to Michael's, you can use your coupons. It's a photo case, guys. A big old photo case. So, I can't see backwards. And I don't, okay, it starts here. So, there's a thing online that you can print up, and it's called a needle inventory. So you just write your needle size, your length, your brand, your type, and then there's a quantity that you can fill in. So I have that in there, and then all my different needles. Some of them are in packages, some of them are not. So I basically have a box in here for every size needles that I have. And then I have some that are empty. So it's very easy, and I do have some, I think, like size 2. I have a couple cases filled just because I have a lot of size 2s. It's just very easy for me to find whatever I need.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she asked me whatever size it was, a size 5, 24 inch, I went to my size 5, I pulled it out, and I went, nope, I have a 16 inch, I have a 40 inch, nope, I'm going to have to go to my interchangeables.
Yeah.
So there was no digging or anything like that. So I have this one for my fixed, and then I have another one that it looks like this, but the cases inside are colored. So it kind of, I don't get the 2 cases confused. So this one is for my fixed, and then my other one houses my DPNs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I now organize my needles.
Yeah.
Everything's all in one place.
And it's a photograph, or
It's
a photo box.
Organizer. Yeah, photo box. Yeah, that they're meant to hold photos. And Karen can tell you, she used to come in here, and I would not. And it's not that it was a mess, don't get me wrong, but I had a habit of, I wouldn't put my needles away. I'd have them hanging over my light over there.
Yeah, she did.
I have not done that since I've gone to this system.
Nope.
So this system really works very well for me. And I know exactly where my needles are at. Mm-hmm. And if I were to go in here, let's say I really needed a size, whatever, 3, 16 inch, and it wasn't in my case, but it says 16 inch, quantity 1, I know it's out in a project then.
Yeah.
Because anytime I get a new needle, I write it on the card right away, and I put them in there, which is what will happen with those other needles that I just bought.
Yeah.
So, love this system. And I just set it up on my shelf in my craft room. I mean, it does take some room.
Yeah, well, it takes some room, but it would take room anyways.
Yes.
And it probably took time to organize it, but once you organize it,
It was not bad setting up at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was really quick. I think it was worth it though. I mean, like, oh, and I even have like I put my sleeve holders. This is my 16-inch ones. I've got 4 of them. So I even put stuff like that in there that I might, be needing or looking for, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
it's a lot. So I just wanted to show that, and it was not my idea. I saw this idea on somebody's blog and went, yes. Maybe this will... I love an organized craft room, so... All right, there's that. I think that's all my things to show. We talked about my new shirt. We did the needle storage. Do you want to hear about my hair incident?
Sure.
Okay, you guys all know I have crazy allergies, and I'm allergic to anything scented. I've been using the same conditioner for years. I know the brand. I know it's in a green bottle. There's orange bottles. There's green bottle. There's red bottle. There's purple bottle. But only mine is green. Ran out of conditioner. Went to the store. Bought the green bottle of conditioner. Take a shower the next morning. And I'm like, this doesn't smell right. By the time I get out of the shower, my eyes are burning. I'm getting congested, and all I can smell is my hair.
Oh my goodness.
So I look at the bottle, and I'm like, huh. It is green. It does not say, because like, I think mine says like sleek and shine. It does not say that on there. It says blah, blah, blah nutrient. But it's the green bottle. And I'm like, did they change it? Obviously, they didn't just change the bottle. They had to have changed the formula because mine didn't smell like this. So I'm like, okay, well, I went to this store previously. Let me go over to this store and see what the situation is. So I go in there. They've added a new line.
And it's green.
And it's also green.
Oh.
So they did have my conditioner. They had 2 of them. I actually bought both of them just in case they are changing something. So I go back home and I told my husband, I go, I got it. He's like, okay. I said, I'm going to go take a shower. I can't stand the smell of my hair. I'm going to take a shower. So I go back in the shower. I shampoo my hair with my regular shampoo. I condition my hair with the new conditioner, which is mine. It is correct. Standing there, all I can smell is my hair. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, let's try this again. So I use a stripping shampoo, which is meant to like strip like chemicals, product buildup, that sort of thing out of your hair. And I'm like, well, if it can strip that out of my hair, let's hope it can strip the smell out of my hair.
Yeah.
So I use that stripping shampoo. Then I use my normal shampoo again.
At this point,
then I use my
cold shower. At this point,
no, no, we have the tankless water.
Oh, that's right.
So I do the stripping, the shampoo, and then my conditioner again. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be better. I feel like I've been in the shower all day.
You're probably a prune at this point.
So I get out, and I'm like, okay, it smells better. And I pull my hair up, and then I'm like, I'm still getting a whiff of it. But at this point, I'm like, is it burnt into my nostrils? You know what I mean? You know, like when you smell something, and I'm just like, so then I'm having to go around, and anything that my hair touched while I had that other conditioner in it had to be put into the wash machine. It was a nightmare, guys. An absolute nightmare. Like, why? Why would you do that? If you already have one line of product in a green bottle.
The thing is,
why would you come out with another one?
I can just see her doing. I can see her doing this.
Because I
know that's what she did. Did you do that?
It was awful. No, when I got out the first time, I felt like I would have looked like who's the character on Charlie Brown with the big cloud. That's what I felt like the aroma of that conditioner. And it was one of those, like some shampoos and conditioners, like you put it in and like as you're rubbing, you can smell it.
Yeah. As
you're rinsing it, you can smell it. When you get out and you're doing your hair, you don't smell it.
Yeah.
This, no. It literally
must have had a binding agent.
It literally took me 2 days before I was not smelling that conditioner.
Wow.
It was awful.
Don't you love her stories?
They're like,
they're
no,
hilarious.
We already left. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Oh, the trauma of being allergic to just about everything underneath the sun that has any kind of scent.
Oh, at dinner tonight, I'm like, I can't stand the smell of our waitress. Do you smell her? My husband, I don't smell anything. You don't smell anything? Every time she comes over here, I like feel like I need to start coughing. Like I'm just like. So then a couple more times, and then she kind of like moved over fast and went that way. And I'm like, did you smell her? I think he probably just finally told me yes because he wanted me to shut up.
About it.
He was just like, just let it die. It's done, honey. We can't ask for a different waitress just because she's wearing a perfume, a very strong perfume. But he was the one that was, we got out at Goodwill, and there's this car parked next to us.
Mm-hmm.
And they left all their windows open.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a ton of crap in the back seat. And my husband goes walking past there, and he's like, Lord, I see why they left all the windows open. He's like, it smelled really strong of perfume. I wasn't close enough to it or whatever.
You heard about it to go over and
no. Mm-mm. So, alrighty.
You had enough of perfume incidents.
I'll tell you. Oof. It was awful. And then my sister, when I texted her the whole story, I took the time and I typed all that out. She responds with, well, at least it wasn't like a Kellard shampoo or something where you turned your hair a different color.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, well, that might be preferable to the stench. I mean, if it's green, I don't really have to look at it. Couldn't get away from the smell. Oh,
that's funny.
So yeah, it was great. All right, I don't have anything else.
Neither do I.
You want to remind the folks?
Okay, if you like this fun and shenanigans,
Wait.
You want to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Remember to enter your gift makes.
Mm-hmm. And
seems so
to
awkward.
The MCal.
Yes.
Yep.
Check out Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
And we shall see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.